and welcome back to the podcast again. This week we're going to have a look at the endings in your novel. The podcast entitled Make Your Endings Strong. I have this recurring fear when I write anything, whether it's a short story, a novel, or some content for a website. I worry I'll never be able to find a suitable ending. Read those words again. I'm not always looking for the perfect ending, although that would be nice, but a suitable ending. You have to make your ending strong to have the effect that you desire when writing your novel. I never write anything without a solid idea or plan about where I'm going. Anyone who knows me will understand that this mirrors everything else I do in my life. So it isn't that I'm winging it until the end, but when I do get to write that part, I will always reread and rewrite several times to make sure it fits the purpose. Even a simple blog makes me think several times over whether the ending is suitable for the audience. I'm sure you want to make your ending strong too. Your writing will take people on a journey. The words that you use can prompt people to read on, engage people in an action, make people feel emotion, or promote a product and get the audience to buy it. But by the time you get to the end, you've got something to consider. The way that all of this finishes has the power that will stay with them for some time. If you ever read Farewell to Arms by Ernest Hemingway, then the ending will stay with you for some time. The rest of the book feels like it is there just to set up that ending. So what does this mean for a writer? I strongly suggest that you pay more care and attention to the words at the end of your writing. Saying it does feel a little bit like some strange advice to give. If you write poorly to begin with, then a strong ending can't pull that back. Don't be fooled by that. Your readers won't even get that far unless it's a very short piece of work. So the advice to make your ending strong is irrelevant unless you have some quality before then. On the assumption that you write something of sufficient quality to get people to the end, you've read this far, so there's hope for me yet, then the last part of your writing should be stellar. It should be memorable in the way that Hem made his work. I always contrast this to the book 11/22/63 by Stephen King. I love this book. It's a great idea, really well written, but in my view, the ending stinks. It doesn't fit with the rest of the story. In case you haven't read it yet, I won't give away the game, but the horror writer comes out in Stephen King and takes the story somewhere it didn't feel like it was going before that. Don't get me wrong, the rest of the story is magnificent, but the ending did leave me cold. So how do you get better endings? This might be the eternal question for all writers. If you know how to make your ending strong, then you're probably going to see a lot of success as a writer. So here are my tips for writing those strong endings that will change the way your audience interacts. Put some ideas, put some sort of plan in place. The rest of it is a loose framework for last chapter, so you need to be very careful about the precise moves and actions, where things are going, where they're going. Secondly, take more time over it. You may write quickly for the rest of the book, but don't be afraid to stop and reread every few paragraphs or so to confirm that your story is finished where you want it to. Thirdly, make sure the characters end where you want them to as well. This includes their physical location, their condition, and their emotional state. If you want them happy, then make all the steps to that happiness work together. Don't just tell the reader they're happy at the end. And don't forget all the great writing that got you to that point. If your work is descriptive and perceptive to that point, then don't lose that in the final part of the book. The story is vital, but the way you tell it is what makes it different. You can work to make your ending strong, then you end up with a reader who wants more. This sets you up for the future. I urge you to read through the endings of your work several times and be really picky with the quality. This way you'll get all you want from them. Thanks again for listening and hope to speak to you soon. Bye now.